Welcome to Lawn and Garden Hacks, presented by the Irrigation and Lighting Doctor, where we share all the best time and money-saving tips, tools, and ideas for all you do-it-yourself weekend warriors who want to have the best-looking home and gardens on the block and be the envy of all your neighbors. Be sure to follow the Lighting Doctor on Facebook and YouTube for more amazing lawn and garden hacks, and leave your comments and questions. We love your feedback.
Hey guys, it's Cal from the Lighting Doctor here. I hope you guys have been enjoying all our how-to videos, and please be sure to subscribe by clicking on the little guy down in the corner here, somewhere over here. Click on him to subscribe for more. We're getting close to the Calgary Home and Garden Show here, where we're going to be taking questions from all the visitors throughout the weekend and answering those, not just about landscape lighting, but about irrigation, lawn and garden, landscaping, all that kind of stuff, and it's common questions that we get asked all the time, so stay tuned for those videos. This video is going to be about one of the questions I get asked most often is how do you determine between a good quality light and a cheap light when you can't actually feel it or see it or anything like that. And I'm going to answer that question for you, give you a really good story as well as a scene from one of my favorite movies that helps explain it better than anything. So thanks for watching. Be sure to send me your comments and questions to cal@lightingdoctor.ca. Hey guys, so big question I get asked all the time, and it's a totally fair question, is how do I know if I'm getting a good quality light or not? Because just like a lot of stuff on the internet, you don't always know what you can believe. There's high-end stuff and there's low-end stuff, and what's what and what's the difference. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that and give you guys hopefully some insight so that if you're shopping around, whether it be in the big box stores, whether it's online or whatever, and I don't care if it's through us or who you buy your lights from, because there's lots of places you can do it, but it'll hopefully give you some insight so that you don't make a lot of the same mistakes we did early on. When we started as a landscape lighting designer, we bought a lot of different stuff that seemed really good to start. The price was good, all this kind of stuff, and very quickly realized that was not the case. And I mean, we've paid for those mistakes, but that's part of learning. So I'm hoping to pass that on to you guys. So, a lot of times, and I'll just relate it to our business because I know. But when people reach out to us and say, hey, can you help us design a landscape lighting plan? And we put something together for them and say, here's these lights we've put together for you. A lot of times we get back and say, well, hey, I had this guy give me a quote, or he sent me some lights that could do the same thing, and they're a fraction of the price. And why is that? And I mean, realistically, it's just we only use premium quality products, and a lot of landscape lighting designers, not landscapers, not irrigation guys, not handymen or electricians, but an actual landscape lighting designer, that's all they do, and their reputation relies on them installing good quality products, and they don't want to have to be going back every week to fix it, and they're going to be in business for more than 3 years, so they don't want to just put something in that is only going to last 3 years and then that's it. But the guys who want quality stuff and their reputation is online, I guarantee you are spending $70 to $100, if not more, on a good quality LED landscape light. And a lot of times that's just their cost. A lot of times it costs even more for them for that light than it does for the consumer, or to buy something that's less quality, if that makes sense. So how do you tell? It's based on price. I mean, I learned this lesson just recently through one of the manufacturers. But if you go online and you start searching, say, brass LED landscape lights, you're going to find they all look the same. And the reason for that is because they're all manufactured in the same place. They're all manufactured in China, which there's nothing wrong with that. But they're all manufactured in the same place between really 3 different manufacturers. There's a high-end one, there's a medium end, and there's a low-end one, right? And they all make the same lights with maybe a couple little tweaks, but don't believe me, go look brass LED landscape lights online, and they all look the same. I don't care what company it is, right? And it's the reality. So the easiest way to tell if you're getting a good one or a poor one is price, because everybody's buying them from the same place. Some are cheaper to manufacture than others, and if they're selling them for way less than the other brand, there's a reason for that. Chances are, and they might be, somebody might be trying to rip you off, but it's probably not the case. Is because it's a lesser quality product. And again, it's not that there's anything wrong with that. You just need to know that going in. If that's all you need to do is just light something up, and if it only lasts you a few years, that's fine. Then yeah, definitely go with the cheaper model. It's probably going to do what you need it to do for a short period of time. No question with that. And there's a lot of choices out there. So, but do that. Just know that I'll give you these in U.S. pricing because most of our watchers are from the U.S. But if you're spending $30 to $40 on, especially a brass light, quality is probably not going to be that great. You start getting 50, 60 to 70 bucks. You're probably more in that mid-grade. You'd be better off there, even if you don't need something to last that long, to stay there because you probably know it's going to work, as well as some other reasons that I'll talk about in a second. But if you're looking for really good quality light, whether it be Kichler, Hinckley, FX Luminaire, and many other companies, I mean, you're going to be spending, especially as a consumer and not a contractor who might get special pricing, you're going to be spending at least 70 to 100 bucks for a good quality LED light. And that's just, it is what it is. And you can research those top brands and go look at their LED lines all across the board. You're going to see fairly similar pricing. Some will be cheaper than others, but for the majority of the time, that's what you're going to find. So premium quality, 70 to, depending on the kind of light, 70 to 150 bucks, depending on what kind of light it is. Kind of that 50 to 70 is that mid-grade, which is a really good option. And then anything under, I'm going to say 40 bucks US, it's not going to be great quality. And that's just from experience. And the way I relate this is, well, how can you tell? I'm going to tell you a story about my wife loves to keep a clean house. She went and bought a steam cleaner, a wet vac that does a really good job getting everything out. And she went to Hoover. Right, Hoover's a well-known vacuum company, good company. They make high-end products and low-end products. And we bought a carpet cleaner for, I think it was $400, had a warranty on it and all that. It wasn't the cheapest one they had, but it by far wasn't the most expensive one. Within a year, it broke down, which that happens, no big deal. And just because we didn't have a lot of time to go and get it fixed or find out what the warranty is, all that, it took us a while to even get to that stage. But then once we finally did, we kept getting the runaround. We got to run around from Hoover saying, oh, you got to go talk to the vacuum repair people. They got to do it first, but there's only so many companies that do that. And they said, we got to go to Hoover. And we went back and forth 6-7 times before finally somebody at Hoover said, no, go here. And somebody actually took the vacuum, and great, it's still under warranty. We'll have a look at it. But then 2 months went by and we hadn't heard anything. So then, we called and said, what's going on, blah, 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 all this kind of stuff. And there's all this red tape. We need this part, blah, 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 this, and this. Anyway, that was early November. This is end of February, and we still don't have our steam cleaner back, and we still don't know how long it's going to be. So yes, it might have a guarantee or a warranty on it, which sometimes is it's tantalizing, lifetime warranty, blah, 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 all this, but it's only as good as the actual warranty is. So yes, we'll probably get it back at some point. How long it works after that, who knows, doesn't matter, the warranty's up. So that's an example. We didn't get the high-end one, and realistically, we're probably going to pay for that. Another example on the other end now is 2 years ago, we went and bought a Dyson vacuum. My wife loves to vacuum, so we said, well, what's the best vacuum out there? And Dyson is one of the top brands. Most people know that. It's durable. It does an incredible job, but you pay for that. They're not cheap vacuums. And we got one. It was a smaller model, but it was probably about $1,000. And same thing, within a year, it quit working. So it might be because we have 4 kids and they just take the toll on the house, so it's more a vacuum. But so be it. It quit working. We called Dyson, and right away they said, okay, here's shipping labels, throw it in a box, send it to us. We'll either fix it or replace it. Within a week, we got a brand new vacuum, no other questions asked, right? Now, there's a company that I don't even know what their warranty is. They probably do have a lifetime warranty, but that can actually back it up. But we paid a lot more for that vacuum than we did for a steam cleaner that we could have got one for $2,000. We paid $300 for to save some money, which that's all we needed, and it worked. And same thing with landscape lights. If that's all you need, great. I'm not saying anything bad against that. Just know that it's probably going to cost some time or money down the road. Whereas with the Dyson one, we spent a lot more up front, but that sucker got replaced, no questions asked. It was back in our hands within a week. So when you're looking at landscape lighting, just know that. Just don't get suckered in by the low prices. Anybody who says it's 70% off what they would regular charge, there's a reason for that. If they give you a lifetime warranty and it's very cheap, there's probably a reason for that. Good luck getting that warranted. I could be wrong, but I'm just telling you from experience, and I'm sure you guys have all had the same experiences. So hopefully that kind of helps mystify that, gives you guys some hopefully some tangible advice that you can use, whether you're shopping online, whether you're going to a big box store and you see the lights that are there for $20 or $30 or whatever it is. A lot of times too, especially in the big box stores, they're not LED, they're halogen. Halogen is going to be cheaper because the bulbs aren't going to last as long. So I mean, there's all those things to think about, but go with that kind of price range that I talked about in mind. It will give you a pretty good idea of what you're looking for. And if you're still wondering the difference, here's a video from one of my favorite movies, Tommy Boy, where he explains what guarantees are all about. And usually if you're paying more, you're not going to have this scenario. So watch this, enjoy, send me your questions at cal@lightingdoctor.ca, and we'll see you guys at the Home and Garden Show here very shortly to answer all your guys' questions. Excited about that because that's going to be on our podcast as well. Subscribe to the little guy in the corner here, and we'll talk to you soon.
The point is, how do you know the fairy isn't a crazy glue sniffer? Building model airplanes, says the little fairy. Well, we're not buying it. He sneaks into your house once, that's all it takes. Next thing you know, there's money missing off the dresser and your daughter's knocked up. I've seen it 100 times.
But why do they put a guarantee on the box, then?
Because they know all they sold you was a guaranteed piece of shit. That's all it is, isn't it? Hey, if you want me to take a dump in a box and mark it guaranteed, I will. I got spare time. But for now, for your customer's sake, for your daughter's sake, you might want to think about buying a quality product from me.
Okay, I'll buy from you.
Hey guys, thanks for listening, and be sure to follow The Lighting Doctor on Facebook and YouTube for more amazing lawn and garden hacks. And leave your comments and questions. We love your feedback and look forward to talking with you again real soon. Have a great week.